If we got a few people that we're missing, then we got so much love for them.
First of all, I love this. Yes, you're welcome. I actually got asked to do this last minute, so this was my first time watching the film, and I loved it. I thought it was a short at first, so I was like, oh, it's a picture. It's great. I needed it actually, so it was wonderful. First off, I love the vibe. It was like very nostalgic for me, from the breaking the fourth wall to the editing to the music. So it was just like a little tip of the hat for millennials.
Yes.
Yes.
I am 35 years old. I'm a millennial.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
So it was 100% the movies I grew up watching, the little independent films I used to see all the time.
Yeah.
I wanted to make something raunchy, but heartfelt, silly, never take itself too seriously, and reward people who are paying attention to the background of rooms and stuff like that. And that's kind of what we did. And I wrote it with Madison, who can't be here today, but she's representing us at another film festival tonight.
Okay.
So if I can have a good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely the nostalgia vibes was right on.
Nice. Yes, of course. So what was a particular film that really encouraged this nostalgia? Like, what's one of your favorite all time? Like
Frances Ha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Frances Ha is one of my favorites of all time.
Nice.
Greta Gerwig. That was really good. Something more new, Easy A.
Yeah,
I love Easy
yes.
And forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Nice, yeah. It was also giving like very 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. I watched that like the other day for the first time in like a decade. It's so good.
No, it's great.
Awesome. I loved it. Okay. So this film portrayed when someone in a way is finding themselves, a little disconnected maybe, navigating finding who they are through originally finding a partner. But I wanted to know what inspired this exploration, especially from this rom-com aspect, and also how was this for you as an actress, just diving into bringing Gabby to life?
I'll answer the first half of that, and I'll let her talk about the other stuff. Maddie and we wrote this film together. I approached her in about like 2018, 2019, and I was like, look, I got this really cool idea about, being a terrible dater because dating sucks.
Yes.
And I feel like everything that I'm doing lasts every 3 months, every 4 months, every 5 months. And I was like, I have this script. You can make it a lot funny because you're really funny. Like, I can get all the technical stuff done. Don't worry about that. Like, can you help make this movie a lot funnier? And originally, I wrote the main character to be a guy. It was going to be set in Toronto, and it was going to be this, like, him navigating. And I was like, oh, he kind of sucks. This guy kind of sucks. I was like, well, who's this Gabby character? And then Maddie and I wrote Gabby, created Gabby together, and with the help of Francesca over here, who's brought her to life. And I'll let you answer the second half about how the experience was playing a character like that.
Well, I think it was, as soon as I did the audition, I already felt like identified with her. And I could relate, so I think it was easy for me to play Gabby. But it was very fun. I feel like everybody had confidence in me, so that gave me like, okay. But it was very fun, and I loved that it was like playing, like breaking the fourth wall. So it was definitely challenging, and also because like English is my second language, so I was like, but we made it work, I think. It was very fun.
You're incredible with it.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really did love the break of the fourth wall. In writing this, what was the process for you to make sure that it wasn't too much for the audience, giving it a good balance?
A lot of edits. So I edited the film as well, and I showed it to a lot of people. John, who's the cinematographer on the project, all those beautiful shots, most of them were him.
Yeah, John.
And it was a lot of, okay, does this work? Is this too slow? Okay, we just shoot more stuff. Let's shoot more stuff. And we actually came back and shot like for 2 extra days just to get more like, okay, let's just get her smiling in a car. That would work well, right? And little things like that. But it was a lot of testing. And when we sent out the script to a bunch of people, a lot of people were like, yo, shoot this. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, pandemic's over. Go. I was like, all right, no, it's a lot of money. Like, this is not, and they're like, I don't care, figure it out. And we crowdfunded, and we were able to raise enough for production at a under $20,000 budget.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
gosh.
we were able to pull off something pretty cool. And to have it here in New York City where we shot, a good portion of it is really awesome. So
Wow, that is awesome. Yeah, for this length of a feature, for sure. That's shoestring budget, but
yeah,
y'all made it work. It looked incredible.
thank you.
So the dynamic with the friend group was incredible. It was hilarious yet very tender. How was this process for you guys in creating this dynamic between you guys, between like, you know, peeing while using the tub, you know, y'all doing crazy stuff with ducks, you know, it's like, how was this for you all?
I think we got really lucky. I think for most of us, this is our first feature. And we couldn't have had a better like experience, and we just had natural chemistry, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Fran was really, I think, maybe the first person that got cast. And maybe
So it was.
Oh,
Joey. Okay. But I think that Fran really is like such an open and like loving person. She kind of roped us all in. When she found out I got cast, she was like, "Hey, do you want to meet for coffee? We're gonna be best friends." And I was like, "Okay." And we found out we both lived in Bushwick at the time, and we went and got coffee, and we really developed like a very similar relationship to what we have on screen. A very kind of like sibling, like older sister, younger sister, kind of like loving, shoot the shit kind of relationship, which was really nice. And we've all been able to maintain those relationships, even with Fran moving back to Argentina, which is really, really special. So,
I will. Pass me something else. No, but I definitely feel like it was a great first experience because with cast and crew, it just felt like a family, and it felt like we were on a road trip, just like filming. It didn't feel like work. It was. Yeah, I felt like it was family, and there was like such a great dynamic with everybody, and I feel like that's why we all felt like comfortable to create, and it was amazing. I had so much fun.
moments prior to shooting. So
Tell us about it.
we
Tell
went
us.
bowling. We would like bowl
yeah.
and we go drink, and it was just like we really kind of like took the time to get to know each other off screen. I think,
love that.
and yeah, that really helped.
Okay, but just no ducks and bathtubs and stuff like that. Okay,
You
cool.
gotta work your way in.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We had to ease our way into that. Love it. Incredible. So in this process, well, you already kind of said that you were having kind of some issues with dating and all of that. So I was going to ask about if you incorporated your life experiences on this journey of growth that we went on with both of these characters, Luke and Gabby.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of scenes in this are definitely inspired by people I love. Some people who are sitting in this audience. Hi, Nathan. My little brother. And there's a lot of little things there. The growth thing is big. Like, I'm someone who, when I finished film school, I went to go work for L'Oreal.
Hey.
I don't have hair, right? And so I wasn't making movies. And I remember I had an ex telling me, like, "Dude, what are you doing? You should go make movies." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's because it's easy." And they're like, "No, you went to school for this shit. Go make movies."
Right.
And I quit my job. I asked my parents. I was like, "Hey, can I get like a year? Like, can I just get like 1 year no rent? Like, you go do that?" And they're like, "Boy, boy," and they're like, "All right, go for it. We can do it." And in that year, I shot 2 feature films.
Wow.
And since then, that was in 2016, 17. I haven't. The pandemic's going to slow this down.
Mm-hmm.
And John is someone I've worked with now for multiple projects as my cinematographer. We have a fantastic relationship, and we're going to work on the next forever, you know?
Love that, yeah.
So a lot of this film features experiences like that and the ups and downs, because I've been in that place where I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be doing this, but I'm working at a bar. Right? For me, it was working at a hair salon thing, you know, which is like, it's ridiculous. But going on your journey, finding your thing, and even at the expense of love at times, you know, and she has all this all this happening around her, and she has to choose. It's like, yeah, no, definitely a lot of real life experiences, and working with the cast, and kind of like I cast everybody about like 5-6 months before we started shooting, and I was like, yo, this is what's gonna happen. Fran was like, I got it. She's like DMing everyone. I would get a FaceTime by Fran, and she's with Joey. I'm like, how do you know each other? Like, she's like, we're reading the script. I'm like, that's not the final script. Hold on. Like, I'm still making changes. So yeah, it was a great team and family dynamic as they said.
Oh, very cool. I love it. Outside of finding love with someone else, we were taken on a journey of Gabby finding self-love, her stability, her voice, her passion. We were also taken on the journey of Luke on the parallel, finding the same thing, being more vulnerable as to why he was originally coming off the way he was, not fully sharing his full self with her, whether it be fear that they both were experiencing, obviously, great deal of shame from his past relationship. How was it creating this dynamic, especially when it was kind of like they were meeting their match? You know, they both were kind of coming in unavailable, but yet they were coming in open at the same time. How was that in creating this, and how was this for both of you guys as well as actors?
Yeah, that's a great question. I definitely struggled with having that nuance for Luke because clearly he's very womanizer, not like people love to hate him, I say.
Right.
But I mean, I feel like anyone else, he's just trying to find love, and as you said, he had a pretty shitty past, and he wants to rebound from that. And I feel like his only way that he knows to approach girls is in a not too respectable fashion. But then when he finds Gabby, he realizes, you know, this could really work. I think he probably wasn't looking for a relationship, but once he found Gabby, that all changed. But yeah, I like Luke a lot. I feel like he's definitely misunderstood. But yeah, you know, maybe there's a sequel coming up that you'll see.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I do like the change in the film, like the POV being on Luke, because I think he does have a story to tell too, and clearly with Carly, there's a lot of layers there too. But yeah, I think he's just a broken human that needs some love.
Yeah.
Aww.
Absolutely, definitely. How about for you two? It was like a very fun dynamic you guys had, but also I loved when it got really real towards the end. You know, you were finally telling him the full truth, and that was obviously very difficult and hard for you to navigate. How was that as you guys grew together on set and outside to create these characters together?
Go first, Ruth. I've already
Don't be shy. Come on.
No, it was a really great environment. I think OJ allowed us to have that freedom to really play with one another and like have a good time. And Sydney and I, we met up beforehand, got to know each other about like who we are as people, also who our characters are. And then from there, it felt really safe to be silly with one another and also be really real with one another as well. And I remember when I was first casted, he was like, "You're gonna be in a bathtub a lot." And I was like, "I gotta work on that." No, but then when he mentioned that, he was like, "Hey," OJ made it feel really comfortable. He was like, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. Like, what are your thoughts?" And the whole like Ducky thing, that was like it came on the fly, honestly. And you know, like it was like a combination of our ideas coming together, and that really made it fun. So it wasn't just like one person. It was just like us coming together and really just improvising from one another. That was really cool.
Incredible.
I also think a lot of good comedy comes from things that are very real and very dark, and they're funny because they're dark. So I think that we were, you know, all of our off-screen work together kind of really helped contribute to like the safety of being able to delve into that. And then I think that kind of further released like the comedic and like the fun, playful side, because I know for me as a person, I'm like a very stand-on business kind of like person until I feel safe with somebody, and then that's when I'm able to really kind of like let go and like let my personality come through a little bit more. So yeah, I think just like the trust that we were able to build with each other kind of on and off really helped develop that relationship.
I felt like we definitely got the full background of you guys. I mean, the emotion, you guys are just phenomenal actors. So you guys really.
I think they're great.
They are, honestly. It's
Yeah.
Hard it's hard to do that. As someone who cast actors all the time and works with coaching actors, it's definitely a skill set to be able to have very little time, but also to create that full story and arc together when it's like very little that you have to work with. So that's great. We have one more minute, sir? Yes? Okay, anyone have any burning questions?
My question is to our film brother, alumni brother, Orlando. Great job.
Thank you.
Very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
My question to you, you're the writing director. Did anything in the script that you had change when you started filming?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, short answer, because I know we have a lot of time, 100%. There's a lot of stuff that we couldn't get because of time. We're working with a very low budget, but for the most part, I can say we shot like 95% of the movie. Like, we got almost everything we wanted, so we're very happy with that. Yeah.
So
Thank
my
you.
question for everyone was, would you do the 5-month trial yourself in the real world? Would you do it?
I have.
Tell us about it. Spill the tea.
Yeah, I think yes. I think it's a very good system. I would try it. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me. Like, yeah, I would. What about you, John?
I think we all kind of do it. I mean, really, like we all have a point that we reach where like, oh yeah, okay, this makes sense. Or a point that we reach where we're like, no, this is whack. So whether it's 5 months, 2 months, a week or two, some people move really fast, who knows? But we all kind of do it. This movie just kind of puts a lid on it.
Yeah.
No, I don't let people breathe my air.
And we will end on that note, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up once again for our lovely actor, Everyone, please make sure to exit first. So
Can we get a quick selfie? Do we got
Oh
time for a quick selfie?
yes.
Who wants a selfie?
Yes.